Yo shawa kazi ushayela ukuthi ukhupha bokufika. So imayishi peace le. Hayi ukhupha abantu bokufika. Bona bazohamba.
It is not correct that all Nigerians are drug dealers. They are Nigerian drug dealers. We must find them. We must deal with them decisively. We must isolate them. We must isolate them and teach them a lesson which they will never forget, so that they don't leave South Africa to go and try it somewhere else, particularly in the African continent. We do not dispute that there are drug lords from Nigeria, but not all Nigerians are drug lords. You know the drug lords, bloody coward. You are scared of them. You don't say to us, EFF, here are the names of the drug lords who have opened cases. Here are the case numbers. We will go and fetch the Nigerian drug lords. We are not scared of them. A Nigerian drug lord is not a black person. He's not even a Nigerian. He's a non-white. Anyone who feed drugs on our children, you have denied your status of blackness. Because black people do not do wrong things. We don't feed each other poisons. We protect each other. So anyone, whether you are a Nigerian, whether you are a South African, and
EFF, before I open the lines, the EFF has been greatly criticized for this particular cornerstone, which you have to clear up. And this is the issue around a borderless continent. We take away the notion of borders and we say, you know what, all Africans are the same. The problem, because of the existence of the inequalities entrenched within colonial rule within the African continent, says that those who are less or more marginalized will go to the countries that have got more.
All right. Ndugu Julius Malema has been very loud and clear. His stand concerning the barbaric acts that are taking place in South Africa right now. It has been a continuous case for the last 5 years. Shameful acts of violence, brutality against the innocent Africans who are being attacked, who are being killed, whose businesses are being vandalized, properties looted, merchandise taken by South Africans who claim to be pursuing a cause that could be legitimate to some extent. But again, the question has always been the how part. Because like I said yesterday, the entire world is grappling with the problem of migrants who are undocumented. Mobility, human mobility is at a higher rate across the globe. And so many governments are looking for alternative solutions of how they can manage the crisis. And they are not taking this approach that South Africans are taking. We must admit that there are loopholes, there are weaknesses within the system. And I would say the government of South Africa has extremely failed. One, it has failed to protect the citizens. It has failed to protect the foreigners, especially migrants, undocumented and documented one, because it has the constitutional mandate, by the way. And the problem that I find with the protesters and the demonstrators and the people who are at the forefront of pushing this cause is that they are not putting the government to check, because the government must account. If they have the mandate to ensure that every single foreigner, every single migrant who is in South Africa must be legal, must be documented, and there is a gap somewhere, you have a huge number of migrants who are residing in South Africa without the documents, they are residing there illegally, you claim they are taking over jobs, especially in the informal sectors, then the government must intervene. And you must tackle your government. You must put it to task, ensure that they do conduct their constitutional mandate. So there must be failures within the system. I said these acts are not justifiable. The issue of mobilizing citizens with sticks, pangas, metals to go and attack fellow Africans, it is barbaric, it is inhuman, it cannot be associated anywhere. There's no single, even to the smallest extent, any single reason that can justify this kind of acts. Not even one. Not even one.
Right now I am in school. I am studying to be a marketing director. Where am I going to work if these foreigners are going to come and I'm going to want 40,000 and she's going to want 5,000? Who are they going to take? They're going to take the one for 5,000, and it's not even about us.
Listen.
For some of you ignorant motherfucking South Africans, let me tell you, if you don't know yourself, people will tell you who you guys are. My people, in South Africa today, you will see an African from Africa will come to South Africa without no family member, without no connection, and that person will make it in South Africa. So some of you South Africans need to sit and check yourself properly. 80% of South Africa is owned by who? White people. What do you guys owe? Even in your own country, you don't owe shit, motherfuckers. An African will come from Africa without no family connection, without no member, without no connection. That person will make it in South Africa because some of you are lazy. Some of you are lazy. And today, you guys are complaining, oh, Africans are taking our job. Africans are taking our job. What job do you have? In South Africa, all the big buildings are owned by who? White people owe it. You don't owe nothing in your own country. Even your toilet, you don't even owe it. White people owe everything in South Africa. They owe everything. It's unacceptable for us to sit here watching you South Africans slaughtering our African brothers and sisters in South Africa. Do you guys know that your former president Thabo Mbeki went to university in Nigeria? The Nigerian government was giving millions to you, the South Africans, during the apartheid. We the Africans made you motherfuckers who you guys are today. We made you who you guys are today. We the Africans. We march, we protest. We march and protest. We put money together to help you South Africans. Do you know that your former president, Nelson Mandela, the government of Somali give Nelson Mandela a diplomatic passport? The government of Somali. And today you guys are attacking those Somalis, killing those Somalis. Why, South Africa? What is wrong with some of you, South Africa? South Africa, what is wrong with some? Are you guys not a human being? You guys should be ashamed of this. Somebody should do this. Why not South Africa? Somebody should do this. Somebody should attack foreigners, but not you, South Africa. This is why hunger will kill some of you. You don't see nothing yet. I am very upset, and I have all the right to be upset today. All the Africans are upset with you because what do you guys even owe? You black people in South Africa, what the fuck have you guys even owe? You don't owe nothing. South Africa airline is owned by who? White people. South Africa mining, who owe it? Foreigner. South Africa gold. Anything in South Africa that is value is owned by who? White people. This is why if you want to destroy black man, use his fellow black man. It's very easy to destroy black people. Use that fellow black people. I just don't know what the fuck is wrong with some of you. Some of you are just fucking ignorant. And ignorant is a disease. I just cannot believe this. South Africa, somebody should do this. And let me tell you, if I see a white man who want to recolonize South Africa, I will volunteer to recolonize you people. I will volunteer to recolonize you people. Because you guys are a bunch of ignorant. If we the Africans know, you guys will attack us today and kill us, taking our businesses, beating us up. I swear to God, we will not even convince, we will not even march, we will not even talk, we will not even put our resources together to help you, South Africa, so that you guys can get the independence, the enjoyment that you guys are enjoying today. And if I see a white man who want to recolonize you, I will volunteer and go and recolonize you motherfuckers, you bunch of ignorant son of bitches. It's unacceptable what the fuck you guys are doing. It's unacceptable.
Okay, thank you, Ndugu. I think it's a bit radical, extremely radical, but the points are very clear. It is unfortunate that the continent of Africa, the entire continent, they supported the anti-apartheid cause. Some went to the even extent of extending financial support. What Ethiopia did, Nigeria, so many countries from the sub-Saharan Africa, from the Great Lakes region, from the northern part of Africa, western part of Africa, central, eastern Africa, they were all behind the anti-apartheid cause. And I do believe wherever the great man is, great Papa Nelson Mandela, if he is viewing whatever is taking place in South Africa now, he is not up at all, not happy at all, because this is not what they fought for. Because so many South Africans talk about they fought and fixed their country, which I believe it is not fixed, because they are also still grappling with the problems of security, poverty, corruption, mismanagement of resources. But they believe they fixed the country, so they are saying all the undocumented African migrants must go back to their countries. If we are facing issues, challenges in our countries, we go fix the systems other than being their country that they fought for and fixed. In fact, literally they are saying South Africa is like safe haven. But if the forefathers, the Pan-Africans, fought apartheid in South Africa, view what is taking place today in South Africa, I know they will be very sad, because this is not the agenda they pursued. Not at all. So it is very absurd that the continent stood behind South Africa then with the support from every single corner of the continent. But today, the country of South Africa is standing against the fellow Africans, our brothers and sisters. I want to be on record. I would support the cause that you're pursuing, even in my own country. Where we differ is the approach. I wouldn't like migrants to come in a country, they violate the laws of the land, they stay in a country illegally, to some extent that some do even engage in criminality. I wouldn't like it, even in my own country. But again, the question is, if you are facing such a crisis, how do you approach it? How do you address it? Through descending into anarchy? Through the country descending into lawlessness? The answer is no. That's where we differ. The cause may be legitimate, but the way you're approaching the cause, the way you're trying to address the crisis that you're facing today, may take away the legitimacy of the cause that you're pursuing. That is the case. Listen. I said this is unjustifiable. You can't be mobilizing masses to go and attack innocent Africans. Maybe they are running small businesses. Maybe they are occupying some offices. It is not justifiable. Not at all.
Why? They must go back to their country and fix their country, and then we can come back and say we are brothers, okay? It's a matter of them going and fixing their country. Zimbabweans must go to their country. West Nigerians must go to their country and fix their country. And then after, they can come back to us and say, no, we are united, we are brothers. No, there is no xenophobia. Everything that we are doing is not xenophobic. It's that word, that name, it's a name of hate. It's a hate speech. When you say to us it's xenophobic, when you call that name, you are actually hating yourself by exactly. So now, Tina, we are doing what is right. When we say Abantu Bangaphandle must go to their country and fix their countries, we are saying it properly, with a good heart. We are not hating them, we love them with no lies. So now we don't have jobs. You saw the kids there, the sisters there. What do you call that university there? That's UJ. Because they know there is a lack of unemployment in South Africa. So if we are doing this thing now, fixing this, after there's going to be jobs, there is going to be a lot of job opportunities that is going to come, because now foreigners, they will be in their countries, fixing their countries, creating job opportunity for their countries. Look, in the States, I mean, within 13 days, a foreigner must come with at least 500 million or 500,000. Not 500,000, right? Is it, how much is it? 5 million or something. Who wants to create a job opportunity in South Africa? But now they are coming to take our jobs. They are coming to take our business. Look, what happened? It was I think yesterday. They shot another guy in Soweto. I think they started by they started by threatening him. They threatened him, I think 3 times or 4 times. And then after when he was closing his shop, they shot him. The Somalians, they shot this guy, that guy. And then there's another incident that happened in Davidson. Something happened there. It's very, very heavy. Foreigners must go to their country and fix their country properly. That's it. We don't hate them, but they must go to their country and fix their country. Enough is enough.
All right. Now, there has been that rhetoric of the foreigners coming and taking our jobs. One, I don't believe that today, even if South Africa as a government or the people that are leading this cause, maybe at the end of the day succeed and they push out all the undocumented migrants from South African soil, I don't believe some of the challenges that they are fronting would be addressed. Because I must believe, before you blame the migrants, first blame your government. First put your government to task. It has extremely failed to create job opportunities. But now you're shifting the blame to the migrants. This is what we call scapegoating. The government has extremely failed. Because South Africa as a country, I don't believe the challenges that you're stuck with today emanate from huge number of undocumented migrants that you talk about. Issues of criminality, gun violence, corruption, poverty, unemployment. To a larger extent, it has nothing to do with the migrants, whether documented or undocumented, not at all. Because even at the end of the day, South Africa is one of the countries that is exporting services, labor across the continent. They are in IT, they are in banking, they are in telecommunication, they are in different sectors. And they are exporting their products to every single country on the continent. And wherever we are, as Africans, we greatly contribute towards the economy of South Africa. You have MTN that is almost in every single country of the continent. You have banks that are scattered across the continent. You have DSTV. You have so many companies that are operating in every single country on the continent. But again, if this is how you're paying people who are contributing to your economy, instead many countries are more likely to take a reciprocal approach. And at the end of the day, I don't think things will work in line with the way you want them to be. Listen. I'm telling you this one. I can state it without any single fear of contradiction. There is no single convincing, strong, or even legitimate reason to justify the barbaric, the inhuman, shameful acts of violence, acts of brutality against the innocent Africans that are all residing in South Africa, whether documented or undocumented. Not any single reason.
It
is not justifiable at all.
Molweni ma South Africans. Let me start by saying good day and says our two kule video, but can I accept her and we need to have these conversations and dialogues. So this March on March conversation, you know, we all agree that we don't want undocumented foreigners in the country. We all agree on that. Obviously, we need to be able to track ourselves, and if we, the citizens, are documented and the system can trace us, then everybody in the country has to. But it's not so much the what, but the how. Right. So taking the law into your own hands will just lead to a state of anarchy. And once there's a state of anarchy, there's criminal elements that can go in and take advantage of the good and patriotic you say you're trying to do.
You're right.
But my main problem, I think, is Oshraina, the Minister of Home Affairs, whose department it is to handle this. Nimegeleni. And as well as all the other races, Nibayegeleni. So this March on March is a black on black violence movement. Is that what it is? And why is it scared to confront the DA and the Minister of Home Affairs, whose department it is? But the person whose responsibility, who is paid by us to handle this issue, you're just leaving him. Which goes to show that this is not as authentic as you guys say it is. It's not as patriotic as you say it is.
True.
It's just a culmination of your self-hate. And, you know, we get it. Unemployment is high. We get it. We're all affected. We are all affected. But the reason unemployment is high is because of the vast difference in earning. The inequality gap in South Africa is the problem, which is something that was not addressed at CODESA. So the white people and the small percentage of black people are still taking more of the cake than they should and giving us crumbs. That's the issue. The black people on the ground that you're attacking are not going to bring you jobs. They're not the ones responsible for your poverty. They're not the ones responsible for the unemployment. It's the small 1% that is responsible, which is why I was like, why are you not marching into the affluent areas that are responsible?
Tell them.
For what you're going through. Why are you not marching on Sandton CBD where you'll be felt? Because if you're marching in Hillbrow and what, they don't
100%
care.
spot on.
They don't care about the poor. You guys can all kill each other and fight amongst each other. They don't care. The difference, they will feel it when you come to Sandton CBD, actually, where your issues actually lie. The high crime rate, guys, we can't just blame other people.
Right.
South Africans are also involved in crime. So I don't know, even when you say Nigerians are bringing the drugs, no. In fact, South Africans are waiting on the sidelines at the moment for when you've gotten rid of the Nigerians to take over those drug syndicates. So we are as much a problem as the foreigners are. At Home Affairs, they're making deals with South Africans. The corruption is happening with South Africans to buy documentation. So guys, these marches are not going to help us. Fighting amongst ourselves is not going to help us. So please, can we talk about solutions and ways forward that exclude dehumanizing other human beings, that exclude you guys being scared of confrontation of white people. We're seeing Gizwe when he's stuttering talking to the white people, but when he comes to the black people's jobs, they are able to break everything down. This is a reflection of your self-hate. It's got nothing to do with your patriotism, guys. Please, let's stop fooling each other. Yeah. Anyways, thank you. Bye.
She is 100% spot on. That's what I said. There must be loopholes in the system, failures, weaknesses within the leadership of South Africa, and the government must be put to task. All the challenges that we're grappling with today, I'm telling you, even if in the next 24 hours you succeed with chasing out all the undocumented migrants, not even any single problem, unemployment, corruption, poverty, gun violence, high crime rate, it will be solved. Not even one. And she has the moral authority to speak about South Africa because she's a South African. At least she's addressing her fellow citizens. We proceed. Yes.
Are you immigration? You are not an immigration. This is my ID book. And this is my ID book. And then give me the right. No, you don't have the right. Come and take advantage. No, you are not an. Are you an immigration officer? Are you immigration officer? Yes, we are from the I am from the This is my ID. I have an ID. You don't have one. No. Call an immigration. No. Hey, back up. Whether you like it or not, you can say that. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yes. Then. What are you going to do about it? You're not going to enter here. You're not going to enter here. Oh, I have an ID.
South Africa. This is against Ubuntu cause. This is against the spirit of Pan-Africans. Terrible. Terrible.
Government that does not care. We as Gauteng residents, we as South Africans, we had enough.
Now you can imagine a Chinese in South Africa belonging to that Democratic Alliance also has the moral authority on the soil of the black man chase away Africans from Africa.
They will say in Afrikaans,
listen,
government that does not care. We as Gauteng residents, we as South Africans, we had enough. And they will say in Afrikaans, genoeg is genoeg. Government that does government that does not care. We as Gauteng residents, we as South Africans, we had enough. And they will say in Afrikaans, genoeg is genoeg.
South Africa, this is not difficult, eh?
Listen.
I'm not telling you.
And to make matters worse, these are the characters, these are the elements that control the economy. Because even the protesters, the indigenous South Africans, are not in charge, are not in control of their economy. Of course, it is the strongest economy on the continent. But it is in the hands of the white people. It is in the hands of the West. You get it? But they are shifting their focus on the major problem, and now they are scapegoating on undocumented migrants, thinking that they are the major cause of all the economic crises that they are stuck with today. Because these are the controllers of the economy of South Africa. These are the owners of the economy of South Africa today. It is in their hands. It is under their control. It is under their ownership.
Anything new. I'm just bringing in something that you all believe in. And that is what we stood for. Black and white. Indian, Chinese, South Africans. But South Africa first. Did you hear me? If you are in this country and you are from Congo, help me. Mozambique, Nigeria, and you are in my country and you don't have a permit, hierdie ene kyk hierso, jy kan bly in my land, jy's weg. What do you mean? I'm deporting you. I'm going to take buses and trains and valskerms en lugballonne, maar jy gaan terug huis toe. Bye bye. Bye bye. Kyk hierso. Bye bye. Jy moet reg op so hallo, allez. Voetsak huis toe. Hierdie koffie maak 'n mens heeltemal. Ja. Moer, dit is 'n moer se koffie. Luister gou vir my. Wat soek jy in my land? Huh?
I think you can read the tone, the posturing, and the packaging of the message. It is all about hate. That's why I say the approach of this cause delegitimizes the cause itself. This is not about the core principles, the core values of reclaiming the dignity of South Africa, of defending the sovereignty of South Africa, or even the protection of the territorial integrity of South Africa. Not at all. You can read the tone of his message, the packaging of the message is all full of hate.
You are in this country on the grace of God and you're a guest. Hoor gou hierso? Guest. Maar as jy in hierdie land rondneek and you don't have, kyk gou hierso, permit, dan gaan ek jou op 'n trok laai en jy's uit. You don't like that? Oh. I don't care. Jy soek nie hier by my gemors nie. The UIM government, we are deporting you. Deport. En ek sal vliegtye gaan... Waar's al ons flossies, man? I'm going to expel, export, exonerate and kick you out of the country. I'm sorry, it's not xenophobia. It's just SA first. Now the people are cross with me. I don't care, I'm your president. They must either contribute to the economy, they must work, they must pay tax, or they must go home. Ons het ons eie probleme. Ek het nie nog ander mense se probleme nodig nie. Here it is a law. No permit, no asylum. Huis toe met jou. South Africa have their own problems. We are trying to feed our own. We are trying to create jobs for our own. We don't have space for people that are here for a free ride. Now,
Okay.
The behavior, the violent behavior, is condemned. It is not. This is not what I'm saying. Is when you receive information from the media.
Be real. What the hell is a condemnation? A condemnation does not stop a man from Ghana from being beaten in the streets. Your words of condemnation does not stop the black Africans who are being attacked. I don't want to care. I don't want to hear about your conversations you claim that are going on. You guys have not organized. Your government is not protecting the black people. And you guys haven't even done anything to get at the whites. You only organized.
Hold on. There was a protest just yesterday.
Here as an apologist. No. You have nothing.
No, they are. There are South Africans in the streets. There are South Africans.
You're here.
No, there are South Africans in the streets. No, there are South Africans in the streets with placards. I think as early as yesterday, they are protesting in the streets and coming to the defense of those foreigners who cannot defend themselves. They're holding placards. No one is illegal.
Called, madam? What is the organization called? I'll wait.
I never.
Do not look it up. Do not look it up. I'm asking you right now. You care and you know you're in South Africa called.
Look, I'm just saying this is what has happened and the latest protest. I think it was yesterday.
Since South Africans care so much about their black Africans and they're trying to stop their countrymen, their fellow citizens from attacking black Africans, what is the organization called that's trying to stop this since the South African government's not doing anything?
No, there wasn't an umbrella organization.
Aha, I see. But Dadula is years old. It's several years old. So in those several years, you've not created anything to counter their hateful behavior. You guys don't care. You're liars and you're an apologist. What you should be doing is trying to figure out, instead of making excuses for your filthy behavior of your countrymen, you should be organizing to stop that evil. I hope that every country in Africa sanctions you and condemns you. I hope that every South African around the world should be treated like those Africans there in your filthy country. I hope they're all tracked down and treated like the dirt that you guys fundamentally are. You guys behave just like the Afrikaners. You guys were waiting to treat someone else the way you've been treated. There is no excuse for your conduct. And all you guys do is try to be an apologist and defend your filthy acts. None of you tell the truth about what's going on. It's apparent. It's covered in the media. You guys lie. You lie. You lie.
Right? Now, like I said, if this issue is not handled with a lot of sensitivity, and if the government of South Africa fails to intervene, stays mute, I'm telling you, so many countries across the continent, especially with the victims of these notorious, barbaric, brutal acts of violence, so many governments are going to respond in a reciprocal way.
People wake up.
Now, these are the calls from Ghana. Because there are so many Ghanaians who are being trapped up in South Africa. Some have been beaten. Some have been killed. Some who own businesses, their merchandise, their properties, their assets have been looted, have been destroyed. So they are also responding in a reciprocal way. An eye for an eye, tit for tat, could be a fair game. I don't know at the end of the day.
Yes. When you look at what happened in South Africa, it's completely similar, but it's completely different at the same time. We started this moment, if you could remember back last year, when we had a citizen arrest. And then these are things that you don't just go, all of a sudden, going for arrest. There's a procedure. Ghanaians, we are law-abiding people. We need to speak to the appropriate authorities. We need to go for certain appointments, book a date. So it took a time. So in between, we were planning this movement. And this is just not the end. There is more to come, I can assure you. There is still just the beginning. Should we not get a response, we'll be back again.
Thank you. This is Nigeria.
We are currently at the South African High Commission, Abuja. And the what do they call them? Is it not the High Commissioner? The High Commissioner here says she's afraid. She says she's afraid to see us. That's what the High Commissioner is saying. We are just about 12 comrades here from the Take It Back movement. Just about 12 of us. Look at police officers are here. Police of different security outlets are here. And she says she's scared of us. So we are talks.
She's hiding under the guise of letter. That we should bring a letter.
Which letter?
We are not bringing any letter.
Which letter?
You cannot come outside. They said we don't have weapons. We are not as violent as South Africans. We don't have weapons. And have the protection of the Nigerian police.
So I did not know that these people are cowards like this.
We feel like, wait, hold on. Officer, just hold on. What I'm saying is simple. Nigerians are here in your commission and you showing more disrespect to Nigerian people. This is Nigerians outside.
We have had petitions and we have no thank you so much.
I've told her that.
Come and address people here. You are like this.
She said she's afraid.
Afraid of what?
And I told her she has the Nigerian police here. Yes. And that we are not as violent as the Nigerian police. We are not violent people like the South Africans. Do you know the point?
So and
I made it very clear to her that
you know what people are doing.
They know.
So you come out and address us. We cannot see her. We go sleep your home.
We will not leave you.
This is the government for you. Let's go. But tomorrow we'll be back. We will not be back. You know where we are supposed to be. Disrespect. That's the answer of police. Why is she?
We are not hoodlums. We are not touts. We are comrades. That's the reason we are talking like this. But our anger is not enough.
Let us people want to hear from her because they can't be killing us and then we come to them to hear from them what they have to tell us and they seem to disrespect.
They are the ones attacking, so they are afraid. They are scared.
Nobody to go inside. Nobody to come outside. We go barricade this place. Nobody to come inside. Nobody to go outside. We don't take this anymore. You cannot be killing Nigerians. Killing Africans like you.
Now the man.
Okay. And then you recognize the importance of Nigeria.
They have history. They need to archive that history for themselves when they are sitting in their constituencies. They need, ANC needs to archive their history. IFP needs to archive their history. All the other political parties need to archive their history. But the leaders need to come together and form one party for South Africa, for black people. Do you know what South Africa is so rich? How many people are here in South Africa? Almost 100 million people in South Africa. Okay. So what is the GDP of South Africa? It's more than billions of rands. I'm saying if this government, if these people of South Africa come together, this country can afford to give each and every South African 1 million rand a year for the rest of their lives. We are so rich. That's why all these countries want, all these guys from other countries want to come and stay in South Africa, because they know what we don't know.
But there will be an argument that we already have more than 500 political parties. Some of them registered as recent as last month.
Yeah, that is stupidity. Why would you want to go and do something? Let's say you and me want this country to be okay. Why so many political parties? It doesn't make sense. So we know it's not an easy thing to achieve, but we'll keep preaching it, and we know most South Africans want this. So if the leaders that are benefiting from the corrupt system, we will leave them alone. We will never vote them into power. Watch in this local government election, see how what is going to happen to these big political parties, because they don't respect people. You can't tell me you will choose a foreigner, an illegal immigrant, over a South African. That is very stupid of any leader to say that or say anything about that, supporting the illegal. People are dying. Yesterday, Somalis were shooting each other in this city, in Johannesburg. Where do they get the nerve to even have guns and shoot each other in a foreign country? And they must be very careful. Tomorrow we are going to Joburg, and if we heard that some of them want to shoot us when we are walking on the street, I dare them. Whoever.
The message is very clear. Good enough, there are some South Africans who are up to reality and know they are 100% aware that there are bottlenecks, there are loopholes, there are weaknesses within the system. And they are tasking their government, because the government has a constitutional mandate, to ensure that they fix the gap when it comes to immigration issues in South Africa. But scapegoating on the community of the undocumented migrant, I don't think it will work. Because at the end of the day, the problems that South Africa is grappling with, some other parts of the continent, problems of unemployment, poverty, corruption, mismanagement of public resources. At the end of the day, it goes back to the leadership question. Leaders must be put to task. Leaders must be made to account for their performance. Because as long as, even when you manage to push them out today or tomorrow or next week, the crisis that you're facing today, within the performance of your economy, it will still remain. You have the white minority who control majority of the economy. They are in charge of the economy. They control the economy. They control almost all the sectors. And the indigenous South Africans are stuck in poverty. But they think those who may be out of naivety, maybe out of ignorance, think that the problem is the undocumented migrants. I don't think South Africa has the highest number of migrants. I don't think in Africa. Some countries live comfortable with them. Some are looking for alternative ways of how they can approach this kind of crisis. So most of us would like to agree with the cause that you're pursuing, but would always find a problem with the how part. How you are addressing that crisis, how you are approaching that crisis, how you're handling that crisis. That's the only challenge. That's where we differ. But the cause may be legitimate. But the brutal, the shameful, barbaric acts of violence against the innocent Africans, then it would delegitimize the cause that you're pursuing. It will delegitimize. So we shall continue to make a contribution where we can. We are following up this matter. It has been continuous for the last something like 5 years, and it doesn't seem to be stopping soon. However, we shall keep on monitoring the situation in different parts of South Africa, Durban, Cape Coast, Johannesburg, and other parts of the country to ensure that we keep you, our viewers, in the know. Thank you very much. Africa is for us all. Most of us are even advocating for a borderless Africa. But such incidences that are regrettable, that are shameful in nature, again, they are going to act as a bottleneck towards a clear agenda that we are pursuing. May God bless you, for God and my country.